Hello guys, welcome to Testing Shastra. This is Avinash and in this session we are going to talk about BDD. BDD stands for Behavior Driven Development. So before starting explaining the BDD, let us consider the software development. So how the software is developed. So there is a software development life cycle which has been followed while developing any software application. So how does that look? So in a software development life cycle, there are certain phases. So in the very first phase, software application is considered and is being planned. So detailed planning is done around this software, that how it is going to look and what kind of components it will be having, what kind of behavior it will be having, on which kind of system it can be viewable, and which browser it will open, on which device it will open, how it will look, and how it will behave. Everything is planned over here, and how many resources it will require, how much data it will require. Each and every planning will be done around in the planning phase. After planning, the analysis is done. Whatever we have planned, we analyze the details that we got from the planning, and after analyzing we start designing the prototype of the software model. After designing the prototype of the entire application, software application, if we are good with the design, then we will start the implementation. And during the implementation, whatever designs we have, we start implementing all of the designs. And after implementing all of the designs, we move to the next part, that is testing. Okay, once the testing is done and everything works fine, then we will integrate those things with other features or other functionalities, and this is how we keep on growing. After testing, we will perform the maintenance activity, obviously, if it is required, and this cycle remains um continuing in some sense. Okay, but what is the problem over here? So here the entire application is viewed as a single part, okay, so integral part. Okay, in this approach it is really difficult to identify the bugs, the errors in the very first phase of the development. Okay, so if you know about the waterfall model, okay, where the steps are followed like this. The very first step, requirement gathering. Okay, the very first step, requirement gathering, then analysis, then design. Okay, after design, the implementation is happening. After implementation, we are going to test it, and after testing, we are going to deploy it to some uh, server maybe. So after the deployment, if we came to know, if we are showing this to client and client is saying that no, I don't want this feature to be look like this. Okay, in that case, you need to go back again with the planning. Okay, go back again with the planning, and then the same structure you need to keep on following for each and every change suggested by the client. So that is the drawback of waterfall model. But in this session, we are not going to talk about the waterfall model in detail. Okay, so to overcome the waterfall model, we got Agile Scrum. Okay, Agile Scrum. Now what Agile does? Agile breaks your entire application, this entire application, into small features. Okay, into small features, and each and every individual feature will be considered for the development. Okay, development will be happened around this single feature first. Once this feature is done, then we will pick the next feature. If this is done, then we will integrate these two features with each other, and then we will pick the next third feature. After this feature is also done, we will integrate it with the both with these both already developed features, and then we will keep on integrating the developed features. So this is what happens in the agile. So this video is not about the agile also. If you want to know about the agile, please click on this link so that you can view the full session of the agile. Okay, so what we are going to talk about here in this session, we are going to talk about BDD, that is behavior driven development. Behavior driven development. Now, how it is different from waterfall model and from agile? How it is different? So, behavior driven development mainly focuses on the behavior of the entire application and its features. So, you can consider BDD as a plugin to Agile. Okay, it is not going to replace the Agile at all. or it is not different from the agile, but you can use BDD as a plugin to the agile scrum. Okay, so it is not necessary to use BDD in the agile. Okay, but you can consider BDD as one of the plugin you can use with the agile. Now let us start discussing that what BDD is. Okay, so for that let me create a new document. So what BDD suggests? So BDD suggests that you have a software application to design, okay? Break it into small features, okay? Break it into small features. And before developing those features, three people will come in the meeting room and they will discuss that particular feature. Now, who are those people? So first guy is product owner, and the second one is developer, and the third one is tester. Okay, now product owner will pick the first feature and he will discuss with the team. So he will discuss with the developer, with the tester. And let's consider that this is an e-commerce application that they want to design. And this first feature is about add to cart. Okay, add to cart. And this product owner started discussing that how the cart is going to behave. So he will tell that whatever item user wants to purchase, he will first add that item into the cart. Okay. After adding to the cart, he can place the order. Okay. And after placing the order, he will make a payment. After making the payment, the order will be placed. So this is the flow that he is describing. So while describing, developer will ask the question. Okay. He will ask the question to product owner that at a time how many items can be added to the cart. Now, for this question, product owner may not have an answer. So he will go back to the client and he will ask to the client that how much products we can add in a cart at a time. So let's say client is saying that okay, I can add only user should add only 5 products at a time in a cart. Okay, not more than 5. Then product owner will come back to the team and he will discuss the behavior of add to cart with the team. And now he will say that only 5 items will be added to the cart. Now developer will note this point. Okay, developer will note this point. Now whatever behavior is explained by the product owner. Okay, and this behavior has been noted over here in this file, some file, let's say .txt file it is. In this file it has been noted. And after noting, now tester got a question and he asked that what if user adds sixth product in the cart, what will happen in that case with the add to cart? Then product owner will say that obviously we are going to show some error. So what could be the error? So that error will also be documented over here. Okay, let's say that sixth product is added and in that case this error will happen or this error will encounter. So that is also been noted down over here in the .txt document, for example. Then again, product owner will start discussing then that whatever order amount for this cart is, let's say there is $700 for this cart amount. Okay, the cart amount, total cart amount is $700. Now if user wants to apply some promotion, okay, some promotion on it, on this particular amount, then he can apply. Let's say he have a coupon code of 15%, for example. So whatever the 15% amount of this amount will be deducted from the total amount, obviously, and whatever, let's say 650 is the amount that he got after the discount, $650. So obviously this is the amount which is payable to the user. Now the tester may get a question at the same point that he will ask that can a user apply multiple promo codes at the same time? Then product owner will say that no, you cannot add multiple promo codes to single cart. You can add only one promo code. Then tester will ask what will happen if user applies multiple promo codes to one cart. Then obviously product owners will say that if user is going to apply multiple promo codes, then obviously we are going to throw some error. Now again, this behavior will also be documented over here. So whatever discussion is happening between these three people, okay, is documented in some file, is documented in some file. And this behavior is considered for the development. So developer will read this document and will start developing the application. So there are three different phases in the BDD. So if you are following all these three phases, then you are doing BDD. Okay, what are those? The very first stage is creating user stories. Okay, creating user stories. That is what we are doing over here. We are dividing the entire application into small features. Okay, small features. And these features are nothing but user stories. Okay, user stories, which this product owner will discuss with the developer and tester, and developers and tester will give their input. Now what is happening in this phase while creating the user story? If we create user stories out of entire application, then obviously we can divide and conquer the entire problem of developing the software in a simple sense. Okay, so we are going to pick first user story, and then what is going to happen? The next phase is discovery. The next phase is discovery. So these team members are going to talk with each other and they are going to brainstorm on this particular user story. After brainstorming, they might be having some discoveries and they will keep on updating this user story. Okay, so from this discussion, such points may come out which are not present in the requirement document. So those things will be updated in the user story. Now your user story is getting information rich by each and every meeting of the discussion. So after the discovery is done completely, okay, after tester and developer and product owner are agreed on the user story that, okay, this is how we are going to develop it. This is how it is going to behave in the negative as well as positive cases. This kind of discussion is completely done and user story is up to date. Okay, in that case, the third phase, it will go to the formulation. Now what will happen in this phase? So in this phase, actual implementation of this particular document will be taken place. Okay, and who will develop? Obviously a development team will develop this document. Now this document will start be developed by the development team, and this is really beautiful feature of the BDD. So whenever the developer will start developing this document, there are very less chances of getting the bugs. Why? Because tester was already involved in the discussion, and he have correctly pointed out the points which may cause the system a bugs or maybe defects or errors. So obviously, when developer will develop this particular story, which is the outcome of this discussion, then obviously there are very few chances of getting the errors. So that is the formulation stage where developer will keep on working on this particular file. So if you are following this sequence of project development, then consider you are doing a BDD. Okay, if you are following this kind of structure while development of any software, then consider that you are doing BDD, that is behavior driven development, where you are picking one small feature, you are discussing that feature with your team, and after discussion you are getting some discoveries out of it, and based on discoveries you are again updating your user stories. And once your user story, this file, okay, user story is updated, you are starting formulation of that particular user story. So in a simple sense, this is what a BDD is. Now, that is what I said in the start of the session, that BDD can be considered as a plugin to the Agile. Okay, it is not going to replace Agile at all, but it can be considered as an plugin to the Agile. Okay, how we are going to see in the coming sessions. Don't worry about that. But this is just an introductory session of the BDD. I hope you guys got an idea what BDD is. So in the BDD, if you have noticed, then we have this particular file which is on the higher priority. Okay, this file is been designed, okay, by the team of product owner, okay, product owner, developer and tester. So whatever discussion these guys are making, all this discussion is been noted over here, and this file will go for the development, and this file is really important for us. So this is the user story. This is the user story file or a feature file, whatever you call it. or a feature file. So if you look at this file, then it can be a .txt file. Okay, but when BDD came in picture, okay, BDD is a simple practice for the behavior driven kind of development. Okay, when the BDD came in practice, then there were several tools which are available in the market to achieve the BDD. So what are different tools? So we have hip test, then Cucumber, which is very famous in the market, JBehave, which is next famous, then JDave is also there, then EasyB is there, then Concordon is there, then Fitness is there. Okay, there are so many tools available in the market which will help you to design BDD, that is behavior driven development. So what we need to design in this BDD? So obviously this file we want to design. Okay, now consider, if this is going to be a simple text file, then it will be really difficult for the developer to read and remember whatever written in this file. So while reading and developing this file, okay, while doing the development by reading this file, he may miss some or the other points, or he may misunderstand some or the other points. So this is where these tools are going to help us. So what is the idea behind using these tools for the BDD? So what these tools does, these tools convert this file into a special type of text file. Okay, special type of text file which can further be used for the development of the application. Okay, so who can use the BDD? Obviously developer and tester both can use the BDD. How testers are going to use, we are going to talk in the coming session, but here we are considering that developers are going to use the BDD. So if I take the example of Cucumber, then Cucumber allows you to create this text file as a feature file. Okay, so its extension is going to be a feature file, and in this feature file they are going to write different scenarios. Okay, different scenarios. So there can be n number of scenarios written in this particular file. So whatever statements written in this scenario, developer will develop all those statements. Okay, and if he mistakenly forgets any statement, then obviously he will get some errors over here. Okay, so it will reduce the chances of missing out the functionality or missing out any minute thing which is mentioned in the document. So product owner, developer and tester will give their input to create this feature file. This feature file will be designed. Whatever statements written in this file will be developed by the developer, and there will be very less chance of missing those statements. So these are going to be simple text file. So this is the idea behind using the BDD. So to achieve the BDD, we have several different tools available in the market. So for this session, we are going to consider Cucumber as a tool for the BDD. Okay. So this is the basic idea about the behavior driven development, which considers the behavior of the system under development, and it breaks the entire application into small chunks of user stories. User stories are usually considered as features also, and those features are then go for the development, and after development obviously automation can be done. So this is all about the BDD in this introductory session. If you like this video, please like and please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.